Hello Taurus, welcome to Demella Universe. Thank you so much for joining us. This is for the Sun, Moon and Rising sign of Taurus. And Taurus, this is your weekly reading for the 16th to the 23rd of October 2022. Beautiful Taurus, the Sun moves into Scorpio this week, which means powerful energies of transformation and rebirth coming through. But for now, beautiful Taurus, let us see what's coming through for you this week, 16th to the 23rd of October. Taurus. We have the Devil at the center, so Capricorn energy. We have the Chariot, Cancerian energy. Breakthrough, moving on from unawakened frequencies, moving on from toxic energies, moving on from anything that's denying you your truth, restriction, limitation, fear. Moving on from fear, we feel that strongly. Taurus, and some of you might be saying, but I'm not afraid of anything, and Spirit is saying this is a fear you don't even know was there, because remember, you're creating in the unknown, so now you are learning, you're experiencing things which are not yet known to you, including experiences which you are now to get rid of. So we do feel here you're moving on from some sort of burden, some sort of unawakened frequency, unawakened person, unawakened situation. And what that means is whatever this is, the soul isn't present in its manifestation. The person is creating from mind and ego. The situation does not align with your soul. So whatever this is, you're moving away. There's a breakthrough. Your spirit is saying it's time for you to release this energy. And here we are, Scorpio energy, rebirth. 3 major arcana. It's a very powerful week for you. Taurus, very powerful, a lot of learning and transformation. You are releasing the unawakened energy, moving forward, being reborn into the awakened frequency of this energy, which is very powerful. And the base, the 3 of Cups, and crowning, the 2 of Coins, balance. Finally, balance being restored, and joy returning to your life, and support and beautiful experiences, happiness, celebration. Look at the bottom of that, the 5 of Cups. Yes, this could be very much a toxic relationship, or toxic relationships, toxic people, and toxic things that you actually like. So because this is the Cups energy, so it means that this does have to do with your emotions, okay? So this is something or someone that meant something to you. Maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a marriage, maybe it's a family member who's just toxic and you're done. Maybe it is a colleague, maybe it is a boss, an employer. It does really feel relationship, friendship, boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, whatever it might be. There are a certain group of people or persons you are releasing because they are not working. They're creating in the unawakened frequencies. They're creating with fear. They're creating they're on survival mode. They create with the old energies of the Piscean realm, and you have outgrown them. You have really outgrown them. You're no longer operating in this frequency. And by you being tethered to them, it keeps you away from your joy and your happiness. And Spirit is saying it's time that you let go. Spirit is saying we are assisting you this week to break free from this energy. Whatever it was that was keeping you there, whether it be guilt, whether it be, maybe it's a family member or family in general, and you're afraid that if you leave them, you're going to lose your inheritance. Spirit saying your divine inheritance is much more than any physical inheritance you could ever have. So trust, there's much more coming to you when you leave this energy. So Spirit's coming through with a breakthrough saying there is some energy. And again, we hear some of you saying, no, we've released everyone. Everybody's in our life is great. And Spirit's saying, some of you, it's very obvious toxic energy. Some of you do not know. You do not know it, and this week you're going to see how this individual is toxic. Just because they're not doing anything malicious or bad or anything outwardly to you, maybe it's just their mindset. Perhaps it's how they treat themselves. Perhaps it's just the energies. Maybe it's just how they are with them. I'm getting a huge energy of how they treat themselves, what they think of themselves. To you, they're loving, they're caring, they're supportive, but they treat themselves with lack and harshness and judgment, and that's the energy that's tethered to you. For how a person loves themselves, how a person treats themselves, is how they energetically truly treat the other person. No matter how maybe superficially supportive or superficially assisting they are, if their energy is really negative and toxic and bitter and resentful, that is what you are carrying with you as you create, and you need to release these people, for they're tethering you. So there is some relationship or some experience in your life which Spirit is saying, it's time for you to let go of this energy. It can be an addiction, it can be an obsession for some of you. Stop obsessing over that person, giving them energy when they're not interested. They're just keeping you there for the fun. They're keeping you there for the attention. Some of you need to hear that. Not all that glitters is gold, and it's time that you now move to energies that are truly within your highest frequency. Beautiful Taurus. Here you are breaking free, and it's time for a rebirth. Spirit saying it's time for a rebirth when it comes to your physical, comes to your relationship, whatever the situation is. It's time for it to now honor you. It's time for you to grow free. This is you. It's time for your transformation. You are the caterpillar becoming the butterfly, and letting these caterpillars keep you down. You are the phoenix in your ashes, time to fly from the ashes, but some of these ashes are clumpy and they're heavy on your wings, and you're refusing to shake them off. It's time that you release these energies, that you fully align and allow your transformation, because what's lying ahead is happiness, joy, fulfillment, and balance, everything working out in your favor. Finally, people operating from the highest frequency of the divine feminine, divine masculine within one, no longer the enslavement of the energies, but now co-creating. And we see it here very clearly again here. These people or the situation is creating in the enslavement of the masculine and feminine, unawakened. So you're always at odds, never really within harmony. And here the Spirit is saying the freedom, the liberation of the divine feminine and masculine here, the liberation and the co-creation of the divine feminine and masculine here, bringing a balance. So beautiful Taurus. Whoever this is, whatever this is, it's time for you to break free in order for you to step into your full transformation. It can even just be you, your own personal fear of being the truth of you. This is you releasing the idea of you, who you were, your old life, who you were, and now finally stepping into the truth of you. And Spirit saying, trust, you're about to be so much happier. And we know this is a tricky one, for we were very different a few years ago. We were a physical therapist. We were doing a lot of modeling and acting. We were really happy. We really were. It was a beautiful experience, but it wasn't our soul's experience. And so it also brought along a lot of other lessons, and we weren't really truly happy. And as we released it and now coming to what we do, we haven't lost any of that which we were doing. It's now just transformed in a way which allows us to create even more, to create in the truth of us, and it brings us so much joy and so much stability. And that's what Spirit is saying. It's time for you to release all that which is creating in the absence of your soul, in order for you to transform within the presence of your soul. There's so much joy ahead, and there's so much balance for you, and stability, and a favorable outcome as you release that which no longer serves you, Taurus. Blessed be.